Hey, Lucas.
Hello, Herman Li, and hello, everybody in chat. It's great to be here. It's an honor to be on his stream. Looking forward to who wants to hear some shred later? I know I do. I want to show you guys the Legators. I want to talk about everything. I want to answer all your questions. So thank you, Herman Li. I appreciate it.
Hey, Lucas, thank you so much for joining me. I'm very happy to have another incredible talent here on stream to talk about guitars. We're almost like spreading the word of shred or just showing the unity of guitar players, because I think today in this world is always like, oh, he's better than that guy, he's faster than him, he's more technical, his songs are better. No, he plays one note, he's better than that guy. It's like none of us actually care about that.
Yeah, once it gets, to a certain point, like competition is meaningless in the guitar community. It's just something toxic that brings everybody down. I really feel like, spreading positivity in the guitar community is really important because it's an art form. It's a way to express yourself, and everyone should have that freedom of expression. There shouldn't be any sort of gatekeeping. I think that the awareness needs to be spread that, we are just a close knit group of guitarists that want to shred and have fun. That's all there is to it.
I've been practicing a bit because I know you have some insane licks later. We're gonna shred play some guitar together, and you have an insane 8-string guitar at the not 8-string. What I'm talking about is 9-string. I'm like, you gotta show us this insane weapon. It's not even a guitar. This is like a weapon from the gods, right?
We got both here. We got a 9-string and we got an 8-string. Whatever you want, Legator's got it, my friends. This new signature model LM9 guitar, 9 strings, glow in the dark inlays for the frets, locking tuners, whatever pickups you want in there, but these are Guitarmory. I really like the Legator Hive pickups, the new stock models they came out with. They're actually incredibly good. And this thing is a beast. It helps me transpose a lot of the riffs that I do in Rings of Saturn's material, the heavy parts down to that 9-string, and that's a 105 gauge, so it really hits and cuts through into that bass frequency, and we don't have a bassist live, so that's all the better for us.
Yeah, no bassist. Here's another band of no bassist. So what was your journey like to get where you are now? When did you start playing the guitar? What kind of got you into doing what you do now? This kind of technical, extremely technical, actually. Should we call it deathcore? I don't even know what, the terms are so blurred, right? Progressive deathcore, tech, math rock. I mean, what got you started and how you end up playing this stuff?
Oh yeah, man. These genres are all over the place. Like when we first started, I actually I put on the Facebook page that we were alien core / true death metal. So, and that will make a lot of elitist people mad because we're definitely not true death metal. But I would say I started guitar in middle school, and I really liked it. I started off listening to a lot of the stuff, like that people listened to at those times, like Disturbed and Linkin Park. And then I got into At the Gates, and I really loved their rhythm, their alternate picking, their like mellow death style. That really helped me develop my rhythm playing. And then funny enough, and it might get a little mushy here, but my first concert ever was a DragonForce concert back when they toured with All That Remains. And that is, when I sort of realized that, this whole video game sound, the crazy technical stuff, it was really influential. And Herman Li is a huge influence to me in the band. I really realized that this is what I want to do. I want to make crazy, crazy music that will inspire other people to be better, to show that anything is possible and anyone could, express themselves however they want to. And I'm really happy that it went down that way. And I found my own style with it, when I was messing around with harmony pedals, and I just loved the sound. I loved anything crazy and out there because I grew up playing video games, Mega Man X, Donkey Kong Country, Super Nintendo games, Final Fantasy, NES games. And that sort of music is really interesting for me because, in modern metal, it's normally guitar, same as the other guitar, same as the bass, complementary with the drums. Everything's moving at the same rhythm. But video game music, especially of the old era, it's like very compositional to where it has like melodies, counter melodies, so many layers. And it was just, I wanted to do something like that. I wanted to do something overwhelming, something in depth. And yeah, so anyways, you're a huge influence to me, Herman Li. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for the kind word.
I used to go to a lot of local shows when I was in high school, and that sort of like community was amazing because it was really welcoming and it was really cool. Like there was tons of mosh pits and two-stepping and all this crazy stuff going on, crowd surfing, and it was really cool. It was a good environment, I would say. But I just don't like going to shows anymore because like ever since all these controversies happened and stuff like that, I actually went to a show, and this is part of the reason why I took two years off of touring. I don't know if you knew that, but I went to a show and someone just walked up and punched me in the face. So I was like, well, this isn't that fun anymore when everybody knows who I am. And I'm just going to take a break. I've had too much of this. So I took some time off. And around that same time, both my grandparents passed away and I was going through some stuff. I moved to a different state. A lot of stuff was going on, but it was just kind of like, man, this is too negative for me to do. I don't want to quit it. But I do need to step back and do what's best for me, like mental health wise. And, when I came out and made a statement about it, and here's the thing that is ironic is that everyone was making fun of me for not playing those shows. Everyone was making fun of me for 2 years for taking time off. And then when I said, oh yeah, there was a court case about what happened and, I got assaulted. And I just want to spread awareness about mental health, and if you need to take time away from something, it's very important to do so. It's you got to remember that you're always number one for you, and you have to take care of yourself. So that's like a really important thing that I had to learn, that if I was going to keep going down this sort of negative path, and it wasn't going to be good. It wasn't going to be good for me. So but hey, I'm back. And I'm touring, and I just went to Australia, and I am having the best time ever. And I'm so happy to be back. And we're releasing a 10-year anniversary remake of our first album. We're releasing instrumentals from all of our other albums, and I can't wait to get back out there and tour again. And we've been touring in like buses and bandwagons. It's been a great time. But yeah, just wanted to get that out there. I actually forgot what we were talking about.
Well, I can't remember what we were talking about, but I'll tell you something about my story of people giving me shit. So you can, I can relate to that, and you can see what happened on my end as well. So it's kind of like, it's pretty crazy. I mean, I used to get calls in my house every single night, random time, sometimes 3 a.m, 4 a.m, sometimes 1, sometimes 12. Any random time, someone saying racist shit, saying, people just basically calling my home, just say, oh, you're a shit guitar player. Or, I don't know, whatever the joke is for the day, right? Or just calling and then just hang up, keep calling. And I'm not talking about it, non-stop. And this is before DragonForce even released their first album. There's some kind of like, I don't know what's the point of that, So once they call, they say, oh, Ozzy Osbourne is looking for a guitar player. Are you up for auditioning? I know someone's just fucking with me, So I used to get that shit. So at the end, I have to get the police to kind of deal with the situation, log the calls and all this stuff. And I had someone try to burn my hair before. I don't know. This stuff just goes on. I'll tell you, and even funnier, every time I go, I went to a bar with a friend who's a girl, just a friend, A guy will go up to tell her, "Oh, I'm a better guitar player than that guy." Try to pick them up. It's like, who gives a shit? So I'll tell you, crazy stuff have happened to me too. And just, you don't have to feel, if that happened again, you probably now learned it, but try to not feel like, the world is against you. They're just fucking assholes out there, man. Crazy. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, thank you, man. And thanks for opening up to me like that. That's horrible. Like that harassment that, you had to deal with. It's disgusting how people need to project onto other people like that. Like they're probably, their own life is probably so shitty that that they have to hurt other people for fun. And that's what I feel is like a bad person. That is what a bad person actually is. People that get enjoyment out of other people's pain or sadness or whatever. And I really feel for you because, like my career has been full of a ton of that type of stuff. And, it's even worse with the internet because I feel bad for like kids going to school nowadays because it used to just stop like at school and now it just doesn't turn off. Like their phones, they always have their phones. Like whenever I have a kid, it's like I don't know if I'm even going to let them have a phone until high school or something because the bullying and the harassment and the online cyberbullying and all this stuff, like, going to have a fun time at a show and just like, getting attacked or going to a bar and having somebody insult you. It's just like, it's like, it doesn't matter like who's better at what or whatever, but it's just a shame people have to be like that, man. Where's the common decency nowadays? Where is it?
I mean, I feel like certain, guitar forums on the internet is still like that, It's just the way people feel like they don't have to worry about what they say. I mean, you look at Blabbermouth, right? The comments in the past, that was pretty outrageous what people have to say, to make themselves feel good about themselves. And I think it's important. Actually, anyone starting a band, they have to know what they're getting into. It's not something they train you, right? They teach you to play the guitar. Okay, they can tell you you can learn about business, but learning to actually deal with those situations when you actually become professional musicians and you got to deal with the fallout, the backlash that comes for you that you don't expect. It's not, you can't just turn it off.
You really do have to have a thick skin, being a public figure, and that's not what people know how to do. Nobody like really teaches that. And some people handle it better than others, but it doesn't mean it doesn't still affect them in some way. And it's at the end of the day, it's like you just have to sort of like I mentioned in those first like couple of years when I didn't have any fans, my band was nothing, and I just had like an onslaught of the negative fan base coming my way. And, it did really give me a lot of anxiety and affect me. But, nowadays, I have grown that thicker skin and I could laugh it off, and it doesn't really matter all that much anymore to me. I've even made shirts about it that, have half speed, and I put controversies that people pin on me. I put the controversy on shirts and sold it and make money off of it. And it's like, thanks for making me money. So it's like, it's a good way to deal with it. And also I've always found negativity as like a very strong motivator too, because it's a lot of people, they obviously positive reinforcement helps everybody, but negative reinforcement is one of those things where like it's even more effective on certain people. And I think that I'm one of those people that, when somebody tells me, oh, I can't do something, like, you better bet that I'm going to do it, because, it's just like how I am. And if I didn't have that type of personality, I don't think that I would have been able to, be where I am today. And I'm very fortunate and very lucky to have gained fans that do support me. And I'm ever thankful for those fans for sticking with me and believing in me through, all the nasty things that people say about me. And it's just like, just because you read stuff online doesn't mean that it's true. Thank you so much for having me, Herman. And everyone, check out these Legator guitars and check out Herman's giveaway later this week. Absolute honor to be here and shred with one of my influences. And thanks everybody for tuning in.